In 2023, Russia spent more than $4 billion on the purchase of electronics for the production of weapons. This is the data of the Independent Anti-Corruption Commission. In a recent report, Wings of War, an analysis of Western components in Russian fighter jets, experts analyzed more than 2,000 components found in 6 Russian aircraft. Among them were parts produced by 200 foreign companies from 22 countries.
When it comes to components, almost 64% are of United States origin. These are American components, and this is a Russian aircraft. Japan comes second, followed by Switzerland, and then other European countries, Germany, France, the Netherlands, Bulgaria, and so on. It is important to note that 54% of these components belong to the so-called critical list. This is a list of technologies that Western partners have identified as critical for the Russian defense industry.
The issue of re-importation of high-tech components has recently been raised in Washington. On June 12, the United States announced a new sanctions package. Another 33 people and about 300 organizations, both Russian and foreign, which help Moscow to circumvent the restrictions already imposed, were placed under sanctions, including companies from China, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Bulgaria, Serbia, the United Arab Emirates, Belarus, and the British Virgin Islands. The US Treasury Department said that they've expanded the very concept of Russia's military-industrial base. Therefore, it is now impossible to use American software and IT services in the Federation.
Our hope is that companies engaged in rearming Russia's defense industrial base and bolstering Russia's defense industrial base so it can rearm the Russian military, that other companies will see these actions and think twice. We have made clear our concerns to the Chinese government about the actions that Chinese companies have taken to help restock the Russian defense industrial base, and have made clear that those actions are unacceptable. And countries in Europe have made clear the same thing. And you saw the action taken by the G7 yesterday, including actions that the United States took, and we will not hesitate to take further actions as appropriate.
Earlier, at a U.S. Senate hearing, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that about 90% of microelectronics and 70% of machines for weapons production in Russia are Chinese origin. Volodymyr Zelensky and Joe Biden talked about Beijing's cooperation with Moscow at a joint press conference in Italy.
I had phone conversation with the leader of China by phone. He said that he will not sell any weapon to Russia. That is the first. We'll see with you. We'll see. But he said to me, if he is a respectable person, he will not, because he gave me the word.
By the way, China is not supplying weapons, but the ability to produce those weapons and the technology available to do it. So it is, in fact, helping Russia.
In early June, the head of the Ukrainian presidential office, Andriy Yermak, announced the launch of a website that will collect information on sanctions against Moscow. Among other things, there is a section on foreign components in Russian weaponry. According to that portal, the Russian Federation now uses 3,175 items of imported microelectronics. Reported by Serhiy Kulias, Andriy Dmytrenko, UATV News.